Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another new pen here. This pen is actually from a retailer called Write Here. Write Here is not only an online shop but also a brick and mortar shop, fountain pen shop. They sell other things as well, but they're based in Shrewsbury in the UK. And John Hall is the proprietor. And John Hall has been in the fountain pen business for a lot of years. Write Here have been around. They were originally an unbox distributor for the UK. They sell lots of other pens like Viscontis, lower end pens like Twisbys and Lamies and other pens. So if you are in the UK, then Write Here is probably a company that you would have heard of before. But here is a pen that I have purchased recently from John at Write Here, and I'll show you here. I'll open it up. It is a Write Here Scribo. So let me move. That's the pen, but let me move the pen out of the way for the time being. This is the booklet that you get with the pen, and it basically shows you or describes the history of Scribo. Scribo is a modern pen company grounded in the great tradition of pen making in Bologna. When Omos went into administration in 2015, those who lost their jobs stayed in touch with each other and are again creating writing instruments designed to make writing pleasurable. And then Write Here Limited is an independent pen shop in Shrewsbury, Shropshire. As distributors for Omos pens until they closed in 2015, we developed strong lines with and great affection for Bologna. This collaboration between Scrittura Bolognese and Write Here celebrates our friendship and our mutual commitment to fine writing. And it goes on to talk about the design. The Scribo Write Here pen is a substantial pen of striking design and is limited to 50 numbered pieces. Flaminia Angeloni's design was informed by Write Here's logo and corporate colours, which is this green, and is embellished with the fountain pen nib logo. It weighs 34 grams capped, 19 grams uncapped, using the classic piston filling mechanism, which is what all Omoses, or most Omoses, actually had. It features a choice of exquisite 18 karat gold or 14 karat flexible nibs on an ebonite feed. The pen will be launched. Now, this was the original Scribo, not the Scribo 2, but it was launched at the London Pen Show in October 2017. And then it just basically goes on and tells you about the instructions of use, the guarantee, etc. So that's the booklet. Now this is the pen. Now Scribo 2 comes in two colours. It comes in this lovely green and a lovely red colour, and I really do like these. They have a lovely chatoyance going on. The original Scribo, or the Scribo 1, that was launched in 2017, was a grey pen in similar material with lots of chatoyance on it. But the 2018 models are a green one and a red one. And if I remember correctly, the green one is limited to 10 models, or 10 pens. And the red one is limited to 40. So that's out of the 50 pens available. So it really is a small amount of pens available. Now, if I show you here, the Write Here logo is on the cap finial here. And it's a fountain pen nib. And that is the same, if I zoom out a little bit, this is the same logo that you will see here as well. But in terms of the pen is absolutely gorgeous. I do love the chatoyance that's going on with. It's almost like a swirl pattern that goes on with this chatoyance, but it really does shine. Now this version is called the Noble Green, noble as in British noble people. The clip is quite just a slight swooping clip there. Has a bit of spring to it, not a lot though. It's quite a tight clip. The pen obviously gets quite wide at the top of the cap here, tapers down to the cap band, and the cap band, if we zoom in here, you'll see it says Write Here, and then Scribo, Italy. And then the pen tapers down some more, and then you have another band here just before you get to the filling knob, and then the end cap here, it will actually show you I've got it upside down here, let's rotate it back round. Yeah, you can see it's 5 of 50. So only 50 pens made of this pen. Of the Scribo 2, I should say. Only 10 of the Noble Green and 40 of the Cardinal Red. But you see, it's such a gorgeous looking pen. So if I unscrew it, it's a screw thread, and then you have the nib here. And if I zoom in a little bit more on the nib, you'll see that this is the extra flex nib, the 14 carat nib. And it has an OMAS-like or OMAS-esque feed to it. It's an ebonite feed. The section tapers down towards the nib, tapers up to the threads here. There is a little bit of a step down here. It's not a step down that I notice much because the section is quite long. So if I'm holding the pen, I am holding it more like here, away from this step. So for me, that's not an issue. If you hold your pen way back on the threads, it might be an issue, but this is a very long section. But as you can see, the pen is absolutely gorgeous. The material is stunning. I liked the silver version when it became available last year in 2017, but to be honest, it didn't speak to me 100%, and I'm really glad that John has worked with Scribo to actually come up with some different colours here. And I do like this green, and I do like the red as well. So I decided I would have to pick these up. But as you can see there, the chatoyance on this is absolutely stunning. But I think in terms of let's do a check on dimensions here. The length of the pen, we're looking around about 143 millimeters long, and then the cap is about 63 millimeters, and then between the tip of the tines to the end of the pen, we are looking at about 132 millimeters. So this is a pen that really does come in at an oversized size. It's not a heavy pen by any stretch, but it's a nice pen, a nice weight pen. So let's do a weight check here. So inked up, the weight of the pen, we're looking at just under 34 grams when inked. The cap itself, we're looking at just under 14.5 grams. And then the pen, we are looking at just under 19.5 grams. So that's actually quite a nice weight pen. And as you can see, the pen really is gorgeous. So I think let's do a comparison with other size pens so you can get to see what it would look like. So, from left to right, we have the Pelican M600 Turquoise White, the Pelican M805 Ocean Swirl, Pelican M1000, an Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra Arco Verde, a TWSBI Diamond 580 AL, the Scribo 2 in Noble Green, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Swirl, the Visconti Opera Master River Thames, the Visconti Divina and in oversize, and the Visconti Divina Metropolitan in the midi size. So you can see here that the size of pen really is about the same size as a Visconti Homo Sapiens in terms of length, same size as a TWSBI or a Pelican M1000. The body is a little bit wider though than a TWSBI, so it is a really good size. So now what we want to do is do a writing sample. So this is the Write Here Scribo 2. Now this is a 14 karat medium flex nib. And the ink I have inked up at the moment is Ackerman, and it is Dutch Masters, and it's Hoyasum Sap Grown, which is a lovely, almost like grass green colour. Now, in terms of regular line width, this is a medium pen, as I mentioned. So this is a medium flex nib. Now, I'm not going to try and push this too hard, but you'll see here that you can get some very good line variation out of it. And you'll see here. Now, bearing in mind, I do not like to flex my nibs a lot. I will do a small flex test, but you can see here how well these flex. So in terms of wetness, let's check to see how wet this nib is. It's quite a wet nib. And you can see here that this ink here is still trying to dry. You can see there. So this is a wet writing nib, but you can see the line variation that you're getting out of this. And with this particular ink, I love the shading on it. So this pen is a really, really lovely writer. Now you will get some railroading now and again if you try to push a nib too much. That normally is my signal to me that you're pushing the nib too much. But look at this. Look at this line variation here. This really is. And then that's without any pressure whatsoever. So this nib for me is a beautiful nib. It's a very bouncy nib, a very wet writer of a nib, and I really do love the pen. There is nothing really that I can say negative about this pen. It's a piston filler, so it holds a fairly decent capacity of ink. It needs to be a piston filler because it goes through ink very quickly because of how wet it writes. This ink I've got in here is quite a drier ink, so you will see with some other inks it write a lot more wetter, but for me this pen is absolutely stunning. So I'm really glad I was able to add this to my collection. It's a pen that I've been writing with all this week, and so far it really hasn't disappointed me. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.